To the garden light shop. In this video I'll be talking to you about Tecmar's superb flex cable system that sits in the garden lights range. It is a plain cable system that is SPT2 in grade. Okay, it doesn't have sockets on it. You put the sockets, so you have to buy female connectors, put them on wherever you want the sockets to go. The benefit this has over the more traditional Tecmar garden lights cable that has molded connectors, such as these ones here, you can see they've got molded connectors, is that if you're running it through conduit or ducting to get under a path or under a patio, you only need a small conduit to get this cable through. It's about 8mm by 4mm, where the old cables you'll be trying to drag through the molded socket as well, which will mean that you need approximately about 40mm internal diameter on the ducting, so it's a lot larger. The other benefits with these cables is that you can actually run it out around the garden and you cut it and cap it to length, and I'll explain a little bit more about that shortly, but it just makes it more bespoke to what you need rather than predetermined lengths of cables where you might end up with 4 or 5 meters of cable that you're trying to hide or coil up somewhere, something like that. Let me explain what it comes in. So we do the cable in a 10-meter pack, a 25-meter pack, and a 50-meter drum. Okay, all the cables come with end caps. So the 10-meter comes with 1 pair of end caps, the 25-meter comes with 1 pair of end caps, and the 50-meter drum has a little bag on the side with 5 pairs of end caps. This is because you're more likely to cut this cable into different lengths to do branches, that sort of thing, and you're going to need more end caps. If you don't have enough end caps, we sell them in packs of 5 pairs, so not a problem. They're available online, and you know, it might be quite useful for you to have them just in case. Let me explain how the system works. So every cable pack you buy comes with a male connector attached to the end of it, so that'll be on the end of a 10-meter, 25 and 50-meter drum, and on the end of it it'll be plain, no end caps, nothing, it's just cut. Okay, so basically what you do, you would plug this into either your transformer or switch, and then the transformer, plug that in, okay, run it around the garden. When you get to the end, don't have it switched on, cut and cap the cable to length. Okay, and the way you do it is cut it across with a pair of scissors or side cutters, pair the 2 ends, pop end caps over the ends, like so. Okay, now your cable's round the garden, you need to attach female connectors. You need a female connector, 1 per light. Okay, and each cable pack comes with a tool to help you put the females on and some instructions on how to do it. I will demonstrate how that happens. So basically the thread end of the female connector goes into the hole on the tool. Push your cable in as far as you can by hand into the connector, and then push the lid down and squeeze it together. Okay, now the female is on there, and just to prove a point, I will plug a light in. As you can see, light's working. So that is now connected to the cable. If you want to extend the cable at a later stage or do a branch, you can clamp a female connector near the end caps, okay, and then plug another cable in, a 10-meter pack or a 25-meter pack, something like that. Again, cut and cap it to length. If you want to do a branch, or you have an off-cutter cable, so I've got an off-cutter of SPT2 cable there, you'll need a male connector. So, because you need a male plug. So basically the male connector works in exactly the same way. You basically put it on the end of the cable like that, shut the lid down, and then plug it into the female. So, and then you've actually created a branch joint, go off in a different area, or if this was at the end of the cable, you've extended the cable even further. Again, cut this cable to length, cap it off. That's why it's probably worth having some extra caps. Now in the winter, this cable is a lot tougher, and it might be hard to use the tool because it is not as flexible as it would be sort of when it's warmer. So what I would generally do is get a little bit of wood, because I find this a little bit easier, thread side down on top of the wood so that protects the wood, lay your cable in gently, tap it with a hammer until it's flat. Okay, like that, clamp the lid down, and just to prove it works, light's working. One of the questions we get asked a lot is what happens if you want to move this connector? Okay, so your garden changes, perhaps you want to put, move a light from one place to another. Can you take these off, and what do you have to do? Well, very easily, just take it off, move it along the cable, put it back on in the same fashion, okay? And then, let me just do that quickly for you. Plug your light back in. Okay, working. Very simple. Once you've taken it off the cable, it does leave pinprick holes. You don't need to do anything about these pinprick holes. They pose no harm to the system long term. They will self-heal over time and just close up, and water won't get in. So yeah, don't need to worry about it. As a general rule, this system, the SPT2 system, flex system, or deluxe as we call it, is a thicker cable, so it handles volt drop a lot better than the thinner moulded cables that we do. So you can generally go sort of 50, 60, 70 meters from the transformer to the last light, provided you're not overloading the transformer. And we've done some videos on transformers and loading them up and that sort of thing. If you're going over that, just give us a call or email us, and we can work with you. There are ways of tricking the system so you can actually go further if you've got bigger gardens, and it is achievable. So yeah, just talk to us. We do a cable sort of planning design service as well, which is totally free. So we can help you plan out your garden, work out sort of what cable joints you need, how many females you're going to need, how many males, how much cable, that sort of thing. And the best way of buying the cable, whether you're buying a 50-meter drum or a 10 or a 25, whatever. So we can help you with all that. That's what we do day in, day out. So it's a great system. It's a real game changer, this flexible cable with the connectors. They really are bulletproof, heavy duty, built to last. They've been around for probably about 6 years now. I don't ever recall ever having one that failed at all. They just work. As with all our cable systems, they're happy to be left on the surface, sort of front or back of the board, as we'd always say. You can clip them. We do cable clips. We do all sorts of accessories online, or you can lightly bury it. You don't need to trench this down sort of 6-10 inches underground or anything like that. Just lightly bury it. But the main thing is to do it front or back of the border. So if you've got a gardener or you're doing any gardening yourself, you know roughly where the cable's going to be, and not to go digging in that area. We do all sorts of, like I say, accessories to complement it. We've got sort of cable ducting clips, all sorts. So have a look online, and we can help with all those sort of things for you. Any questions, please contact us. That's what we're here to do. But this is the system I would recommend everyone uses. It is a big game changer for garden lighting. Quick, easy to do, and very, very simple. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.